And welcome back to the YouTube. Um, I'm going to be going over a case study of one of my clients who started with me on March 12th. Proof, if you guys want to know, March 12th of this year, 2026. And look at that transformation. In 89 days, we shaved off a lot of that lower belly fat. And look at his back. I mean, we're getting dicey. Look, and this kid, 18 years old, fairly young, and I told him off the bat, I don't usually work with people this young, right? They lack the discipline, they lack the foundation, the drive, and he proved me wrong. Right? He said, "Don't worry about it. I'm disciplined. I promise you that." And he wasn't lying. He made this crazy body transformation under 90 days, and before, full time student, barely sleeping, no real system. He was soft, as you can see, not really much definition there, and low confidence. Okay. And over here on the right, look at that back. Look at that. Like, even I'm like perplexed. How awesome is this transformation right here? 89 days later, completely recomped. And this is just the beginning, right? I can't wait for 6 months down the line when he's looking like a completely different human being. Waist is a lot slimmer. Back, arms, and shoulders started popping a lot more. Look at that. And he did it while the same priority, still working a job and still going to school every single day, right? And so let me give you a little insight on the problem, right? He's 18, in school and full time, with school and having a job as well. He carried more weight than he wanted, right? Both, I mean that figuratively and literally. He wanted to lose fat, but he also knew that he had so much going on that it was going to be tough, right? He had the motivation. This kid is like one of the most driven, motivated people I've met. He he's like a little brother to me. And he had no real structure though. So every program he found was built for adults with their own place, their own kitchen, their own schedule, right? Like the freedom. And that wasn't him. Every time he tried to figure out alone, life got in the way. Life got in the way, and also a lack of knowledge. And on the internet, person A will tell you one thing, and person B will tell you something completely opposite, right? So who do you listen to, right? Everything can get really confusing. He needed something where one person telling him what to do, and that's all he listened to, and that's where I came in. He had the drive, he just didn't have the system, so it caused inconsistent training. The diet was all over the place when we started. And he was starting over every few weeks, right? He was just tired. He felt like nothing he could do was getting him in the right direction. And, especially for him, the confidence was tied to the number on the scale, right? And that's just not what we wanted because, we knew we were going to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. I had to let him know that. But what was missing? A simple system that actually fits your student life, right? His student life. Accountability that doesn't require perfection, and a coach who builds a plan around his reality, right? So what we had to do is really just implement a system that he could follow with all of his priorities and giving him the understanding of exactly what to do and the knowledge so that he wasn't incredibly confused all the time, right? And again, my philosophy, age is not the barrier, right? Complexity is. The minute he told me that he could do it, I was like, okay, let's try, right? I told him I don't really usually work with kids this young, but you know what? Let's try. I just simplify the system, and anyone, even an 18-year-old with a full class schedule, can get elite results, right? It doesn't matter who you are. I have an investment banker working 110 hours a week. I have founders working, 80 plus hours a week. It doesn't matter who you are, how busy you are. It just matters, is the program built around your schedule, right? So I had to meet him where he is. He's eating his mom's cooking. He's vegetarian, so limited food. Tons of priorities with work and school. So many things to balance, and we didn't try to change what he had. We just played with the cards that we were dealt, right? And didn't try to give him a system that was built for someone with all the amenities, the kitchen, the freedom, and someone with all the time, right? He didn't have much time, so we decided to go with a recomp over weight loss. He wanted to see the scale go down. I was like, no, I want to see the body transform. I don't care about the scale, right? The goal wasn't to lose weight. It was to build muscle and lose fat simultaneously, aka a body recomposition, right? So at 18, with high muscle building potential, I was like, you know what? Let me come in and change your life. And that's exactly what happened. We used that advantage of the higher testosterone being young, and we worked, right? So before that, though, we shifted his identity. Um, the identity shift had to come first. I taught him about journaling, and we didn't just change the body. He became someone. He became someone who trains, and is already locked in. And the minute he started putting that to action, that's when the results just stuck, and they kept coming, right? So the done for you coaching system, they got him there. Number one, raising the consciousness, right? Built awareness around food without obsession, right? Worked around dining halls, family meals, random schedules, and check-ins kept him locked in without overwhelming him. So it was low friction from day one. We didn't have to come in and change everything about his life. No, we just worked with what we had, and we made the most out of it, right? Suffocating resistance, school stress, social pressure, off weeks. He went to prom and had 4 days where he was doing nothing, right? Had fun, right? And that's where most 18-year-olds just kind of get away from the priorities, right? But I stayed on. I made sure that, he comes back, oh, we're going hard, right? And the adjustments happen in real time. We pushed through the hard stretch together until the new version of him felt normal, right? Now I can tell it's like the same thing with all my clients. He doesn't even like to eat crappy food. Like the minute he eats bad food, it doesn't sit right with the stomach because he's so used to being someone that just is always on, what he needs to be doing, and eating the healthy food. And phase 3, cementing the new identity. So the recomp was locked in. Now we built the identity to match. So he stopped thinking of himself as someone trying to get fit, and he became someone who already is. So that shift changes everything going forward, honestly. And this is just a transformation, and this is just the beginning. Like I said, 89 days in, this is how much progress we were able to make, and proud is an understatement. Doing this for clients, it's always been a dream of mine. This is what I had worked for, and I'm so eternally grateful to be living in it. Like looking at these pictures right now, he's a totally different human being. And for me, that is the most fulfilling feeling anyone can have. To look at the proof of your system changing someone's life is all I've ever wanted. And look at that. Look, March 12th through June 9th, the transformation is just incredible. Shaved off so much on the waist. The chest and the arms are a lot leaner. Look at the back. The back transformation is just insane. All at 89 days. Yeah. And that's all it takes. I always say 90 days is all it takes, but really, you put effort in for less than 3 months, and your life can turn around. But to my client over here, you're awesome, right? Like you're insane. Keep going. Let's keep going. I'm so excited to see what these next couple of months hold. And lastly, if you guys also want to make a transformation like that, like I said, 90 days, even less, book a call with me below. And after you do that, DM me the word Desi on Instagram at Akash Gets Tracked, and then we'll be in contact. And I can get learn a little bit more about you before we hop on the call. So if he's 18 years old, full-time student, juggling so many different priorities with work, social life, working a ton of hours, right? And he can do this in 89 days. You can too. Anyone can do this as long as we build a system around it. And that's why I'm here. But with that said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.